Right, so I think it's about time we address the elephant in the room. So this is my abandoned BMW E36 which I have started to restore. However, at a recent track day, everything took a turn for the worse.
Whoa, 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 no, no, no!
Did you get that one?
I did.
So I think it's about time we get it fixed so we can carry on with the project. And oh, yeah, we're also going to be answering some Instagram questions that you guys gave me as well. So welcome everyone to 2024. I'm hoping you had a great Christmas and New Year. And I'm also hoping you saw my Christmas special where we covered the LS400, which is the new car on the channel, in 3,000 Christmas lights. And it went absolutely mental. And we even made the local news, which is pretty cool.
And it was all fun and games whilst it lasted, but now all these lights need to come off and that isn't going to be fun. But that can wait for another day.
So this year, 2024, I want to take my YouTube channel to the next level. I think the main issue I have with YouTube is I don't upload as often as I should do, and consistency is key with anything, as everyone knows. So this year, I'm going to try my best. I've got 3 cars now, so I've got 3 lots of content. So let's absolutely smash it. So just for reference, so I can come back to this video at the end of the year, I'm currently sat on 61,013 subscribers as of today, which is Sunday the 7th of January. And this year, let's see if we can hit 75,000 subscribers. So if you are watching this video and not subscribed, click that button to help us reach that goal.
So just before we start answering some questions, I want to give you a bit of an update on the E36, because ever since I had the track day, I've sort of parked it here and basically abandoned it. And the recent weather has really taken its toll.
So in one of the recent episodes of the E36, I fixed the window regulators. However, after finishing that video and using the car a little bit more, I noticed there was a bit of a problem. So on the window regulators, where the actual motor reaches the sort of cog to spin this up and down, it was cracked in along here. Now technically the window did work absolutely fine, but I was worried that one day it would just snap off completely. So I ended up returning that window regulator and then buying a new one, and the new one I bought was also broke, so now I'm stuck with no window regulator, which explains why there's wood holding the window up, which as you can see hasn't worked entirely.
Now the window did hold itself up, but I thought just for safety measures I'll put some gaffer tape between there and the roof just to make sure it stays up. But we've had a very cold winter and the car froze up, and I guess the gaffer tape sort of unstuck itself and then the window dropped, and for about 2 weeks rain was getting in the car. And because rain was getting in the car, yeah, the steering wheel is just covered in mold. The roof is absolutely soaking. I have no idea what's going on down there, but it is, yeah, absolutely covered. But luckily these seats will be going very soon and we can give the car a proper clean again. Everything is just wet, absolutely soaking and very moldy. So I think we've got some work to do, and I think with this it's going to be 1 step forward, 2 steps back, but it is what it is. So I'm now on the search for a new regulator for this window, and then it all should be good.
Just in case you haven't seen the video of where I actually crashed the E36 into a subscriber's car, let me just quickly show you what damage you've got. So first of all, at the top of the bumper, this piece here has been bent and pushed in. So I'm hoping when we take the bottom bumper off, we can put our hands up there and just bend it back, because the actual paint isn't cracked or damaged. So yeah, we should be all right with that. And we're going to be getting the car painted anywhere in the future, hopefully. So the body shop can do the sort of finishing touches on that. But at the bottom, my new fog lights have been cracked. There's a big crack in that, which is very frustrating considering we literally changed these before the track day. This plastic piece up here, a few of the clips are broke like that on there, look, which basically meant that, well, it was hanging off. And then yeah, the number plate was pretty bent. I've managed to bend it back a little bit, but yeah, that's going to have to be replaced. This down here is, well, hanging on with, well, I don't really know, and yeah, that's more pieces just fallen off. Nice. That needs to be changed.
And there's a fair few scratches along there, so that will need to get done in the future. But other than that, we kind of got let off a little bit. Like, it could have been a lot worse.
So the first question is that any chance one day there could be a JCW as a project car on the channel? Now, I actually really genuinely love a Mini. Like, I would have one, but is this something that you would like to see? I don't know. I don't know how popular they actually are, like if there's actually a big community for them or not. I honestly think they're really cool cars. They handle really well, they are rapid. Maybe we could get a crash damage one. That could be quite a cool project, I suppose. But yeah, let me know down below. So the next question is, out of all the 3 cars you currently own, which is the one you're probably going to keep the longest? Now, because my Audi A5 is like my daily, it'll probably be that car that will be staying, and then I'll be changing like the LS400 and E36 with other project cars. So with the bumper off, it's time to remove the old grille and then replace it with an M3 style mesh grille. We are missing a few clips, but we can put them on in the future. So the next question is, what are the plans for the LS400? Now, I'd probably recommend you going Well, that's out. But I'd probably recommend you going and watching the reveal video because all is explained in that. So the next one's a pretty good one, to be honest, and the question is it hard to keep up with 3 cars being such a young age? The simple answer to it is yes. It is alright, because at the end of the day, I'm only ever going to drive 1 car at a time. So obviously I don't use the fuel in all 3 cars all in one go. I've got a multi-car policy, so all 3 cars are insured under the same policy, and that basically means it's a little bit cheaper to do that. The insurance isn't too bad down here in Cornwall. The only thing that sort of costs the most is the tax, but even though the LS400 is like a V8, an old school V8, it's still not the most expensive to tax. So yeah, and this isn't that expensive, so it isn't too bad, to be fair. I think they're actually alright. Yeah, that's out. I don't think the actual grills are that bad, to be fair. It's just this needs bending out a bit. Okay, so it does look like I could pull it back a little bit, but when the car gets painted, this either has to be replaced or yeah, bent out properly, because there's not a lot I can do here, but that might be a little bit better. So next question is from my good friend Luke, and he has asked, have I planned any track days for this year? Now I'm going to be honest, it depends on, well, the state of this car really, because this is probably the only car I take on track. I haven't actually prepared any yet or planned any yet, but things can change. But I definitely think I'll probably go to Gaston track again, hopefully not crash it this time. That's a hell of a lot better than it was. You can't see him behind there as well from this angle. But in short, it depends on the state of this and also what track days are available, and yeah, it depends what comes up really. I sort of just play it by ear. Okay, so a little progress update. The mesh grille has been installed, but obviously we're missing a few clips, but I'm sure it'll be alright for the minute. This fits an awful lot better. It doesn't seem to stick, like once that's screwed in, like fastened in, I think it will look a lot better than it did. But as I said, when we do the paint on it, we'll get it looking perfect and properly lined up, and potentially a new actual piece, because this piece here is really simple to swap out and change. So, but also we've got the 2 new fog lights in there looking really good, and yeah, it's all going fairly well. It's a fairly simple job anyways. So the next question is a bit of a hard one to answer really, and it's what are my biggest achievements of 2023? 2023, in my opinion, was pretty successful. Now the reason why I say that is because I got featured in an advert with Harry Redknapp. I'll leave a link below to that. That was pretty like a once in a lifetime opportunity sort of thing. And if you don't know Harry Redknapp, he's like an ex-football manager, and he was on I'm a Celeb and all sorts of bits like that. But yeah, he's pretty famous. I'm sure most of you will know him. Another big achievement for me was sort of getting involved with other YouTubers, like doing the officially gassed OG battles with obviously Jamie, which was pretty cool. Raffling my car with Living Life Fast Ricky, that was insane and definitely a biggest achievement. And then just like even gassed on track, talking with other YouTubers and sort of just networking, that was definitely an achievement as well. And also the one recently, we went on my little local newspaper sort of online page. Basically, it's quite a popular local news in my area. The Lexus with all the lights made it on there, which was awesome. Yeah, it definitely sort of blew up, which is pretty crazy. And some other pretty cool things I did with some YouTubers was I went to Silverstone for Japfest and was actually on the stand doing bits of, like, I think It's Joel was there, Auto Alex, Jamie for Fishy Gas was there, and a load of other people, and that was really cool. And another achievement I did was I went to Santapod with Carly, and I was there with Auto Alex, Save and Salvage, Lee Lockwood, and a load of other content creators, and that was pretty cool as well. I also went to the Ultimate BMW show and had my car on the stand there and met loads of subscribers, and that for me was just insane. And another incredible thing I did was I climbed Mount Snowdon for charity and raised money for the British Heart Foundation, so that was pretty cool and also very, very hard. I also released merchandise, and the main one I cannot forget is I bought the E36, uploaded it on YouTube, and the video sort of blew up and is on like 350,000 views or something like that now. So that's incredible, and I cannot thank you enough. So yeah, I'd say 2023 was a pretty successful year, but 2024 is going to be even better. So next question is, do I miss my M140i? And of course I do. I absolutely love that thing. Like, M140i's in general are like the perfect all-round cars, and they're like really good price for what you get.
So the sun is slowly setting, but we are now done. So everything is all back to how it should be. And also,
I much prefer the new mesh grille rather than that old sort of grey piece in there. So yeah, it will do the job for now. So it is getting dark pretty quick, so I'm just going to fire out these questions as quick as I can. And the next one is from Bimmer Belgium, and he has said, do you see yourself owning another B58 ever again? I think I would, yeah. Like, I absolutely love them. The engines are phenomenal, and maybe one day I'd like to buy back my 140. That would be pretty cool. Even maybe when I'm older, I get like a 340i X Drive, because that's quite a cool tow car and the ultimate daily in my opinion. I definitely do see myself in another one at some point. And this one's quite a popular question, and it is, when are you getting the main car to replace your M140i? Now, things have just changed a bit. Originally, I was going to get like a crash damage car or like a main car and then a daily, and because that didn't really happen, I wasn't financially in the right place, sort of didn't have the right sort of funds at the time. Things just changed, opportunities changed and all the rest of it, so I'm sort of, it's going to be held off for a little bit. I'm going to get the Lexus done, going to get the E36 done, and then go from there, and then potentially get an M140i replacement then. But I quite like having 3 cars at the minute because it's 3 lots of content, better than having all my eggs in one basket, if that makes sense, because I've got 3 cars. So yeah, I do miss it, and I do miss going around in a newer car, but I'm enjoying what I've got at the minute. And the next question is, any vehicle or modification regrets of things you've done that you would have done different? Anything I've done in the past that I've regretted. I regret buying the M5 because I sort of lost a lot of money in the space of a few months that I had it, so that was a bit of a regret. I thought it'd be a really good car for YouTube, and then as soon as I bought it, I was like, it's not at all. So yeah, a bit of a regret with that. And then maybe a modification I probably regret, H&R lowering springs on my M140, because it just made it so crashy, and I've heard a lot of people say the same thing. So yeah, probably that. Have you ever been to Cafe Machine? If so, what would you rate it? I absolutely love this place. I've been probably 3 or 4 times. I've been to like a special Japanese night. The first time I went, I was a little bit disappointed because we ended up waiting like an hour and a half for some food, but ever since then it's been really, really good. And at the end of the day, everyone is there for the same thing. Everyone likes cars, and it's just a nice place to sort of network with people, get to know people, and have a bit of a laugh, and you know, enjoy some nice cars. So definitely recommend it, and I'll be going there at some point soon, hopefully. What inspired you to get into cars, and would you ever buy a classic car? Now, to me, the Lexus being 1995 is a classic car, but I'm guessing you need it a little bit older than that. And yeah, I don't know. It depends, really. Not at the minute, that's for sure. And what got me into cars? Now, I used to watch a YouTuber. I'm sure some of you out there might know who he is, called Mars Bar. He bought a mini JCW, did a few bits to that, and just did a few videos. And I was like, oh, that's quite fun. Do you know what I mean? I don't have a car-orientated family. No one else in my family are into cars, so they didn't get me into it. And then I bought I've always wanted a BMW 1 Series, and I'm sure if you've watched videos a long time ago, I mentioned I don't really care about the engine, I just wanted it to look like a certain type. So my first personal goal is to save up for a BMW 1 Series in white, and anything between 2012 and 2014. I'm not after like a powerful engine or anything like that. And back then, I didn't even know what M Sport was. I just looked at it and was like, yeah, that's the front bumper that I liked. I got that one, and then when I got that 1 Series, it's going to be really hard to explain, but the car I bought was someone I know through someone I know. It's an old car. And then he got an M140i, and he just thought, oh, you've got my old car, do you want to meet up? We obviously like the same sort of thing. I met up with him, took me out in his 140, which was a replacement for the 118i that I bought off him for a garage. Yeah, like, it blew me away. Never been in a car like it before. That was it. I was like, yeah, I'm hooked. And yeah, that's how it happened. So the next one is, out of all the cars you have owned and currently own, what car has fulfilled you the most? Oh, that's quite a good question. It's probably going to go back to my M140i, as I said. It's just like the perfect all-rounder. It turned heads, it was really good for modifications, it did well on YouTube. It's just a shame it was like all my eggs in one basket, do you know what I mean? Have you ever thought about learning to drift? I'm sure it would make an interesting video journey. I would love to drift. The problem is, where I live down in Cornwall, there is 3 events a year where you can go drifting, and that is pretty much it. And the people that go there actually know how to kind of drift. So the problem is, down here there's just nowhere to do it. So it would be cool, but yeah, I just don't know how that's possible down here. Tell us how you got your channel to where it is now. Now, I'm by all means no expert in growing a channel. If anything, I don't feel that great about what I've done with it because I've lacked consistency, and the problem is I overthink everything. So there's been a lot of times in the past, and I've spoken to a few people about this, that I thought of an idea and thought, oh, that ain't worth uploading, and then like a week later, 2 weeks later, or even like 6 months later, I see another content creator that I watch go and upload that same thing or very similar, and I'm like, I literally thought in my head that was not worth doing, and then their video did really well. So I need to stop overthinking things. But yeah, anyway, get back onto the question. Tell us how you got to where your channel is now. So in short, I would say find what you like and what you're potentially good at, make videos on it, and there's always going to be an audience for it, as long as you're genuine with, you know, you're not just making it for the money. Like, for example, if I was making it for the money, I probably would have given up by now, because I've been doing it 7 years and I'm not making a living out of it, like, by all means. So you've got to actually enjoy it, and your passion and your energy, more passion, more energy will come through the camera. I think people will understand and subscribe. And I think with my M140i videos and stuff like that, and even this video, you can tell that I'm enjoying what I'm doing, so people like to watch it, and then people want to join the journey. So yeah, find what you're good at, find your niche, find something you enjoy, make videos on it, and the rest is history, and it will just work automatically. So the next question is, will you do a wrap? 100%, I want to give wrapping a go. I know it's pretty hard, but it's worth a try, isn't it? But the problem is I just don't have a car at the minute that I would want to wrap. Probably wouldn't wrap the E36, I'd rather get paint on it if possible. A5s, for some reason, in my opinion, don't really support, or don't really look good in many colours other than like a darker colour. But yeah, I'd kind of want to go a bit more exciting with it, so I probably wouldn't wrap that. Then the Lexus is old and I just wouldn't wrap that either. I will at some point, just maybe with a different car. So the next question is, do you wish you had kept your M140i, and are you happy with your decision? And yes, I do kind of wish I kept it in some aspects, because I wish I did a few more bits to it. I had a big list, LSD and dampers and stuff like that, I wish I did, to experience what it would be like. But at the end of the day, as I said, when I do that to my car, you guys aren't really gonna appreciate it and get anything out of it, because you can't really feel the car as such, you know what I mean? So it's a little bit of a hard one. So yeah, I do wish I sort of finished my list as such, but yeah, time to move on, wouldn't it? So the next question is from Hampshire Photography, so thanks for your question, mate, I appreciate it. And he has said, what are your plans for 2024? Probably going to be continuing what I did in 2023, because it went so well. Just be a bit more consistent and I'll see if I can aim for 75,000 subscribers, and just continue working with other content creators and like collaborate a little bit more. And another couple of things I want to do is get the Lexus looking really nice and get onto that properly, and then also have the E36 done, because I've got all the parts for the E36, it's just putting it on the actual car itself. So yeah, I want that done as well. Okay, so the next one is a very interesting one. It's one that gets asked quite a lot, and I think there's a lot of misconceptions online about certain things to do with money and YouTube and my job and stuff like that. There's a couple of questions regarding this, and one of the questions is, how much do you make on YouTube, and also how much do you fund, how do you fund having a unit and tips on YouTube full time? For one, I just got to clarify this one, I don't do YouTube full time, so I can't give you any tips on that one. I also don't fund a unit, so I don't know where that came from. Maybe you mistaken me working at Steve's workshop. Obviously, Hatton Energy Motorsport, a great help to the channel, so maybe you're sort of a bit of a misconception there. But let me quickly answer that question. So YouTube really doesn't pay me that much. In terms of YouTube ad revenue, I'll put on screen how much I'm getting at the minute. I'm pretty sure it's around the £200 mark, so yeah, not really a lot. It's the YouTube sponsors like Car Vertical and Carly and other ones like that, and Wife Food, that really do help the channel, and that's what massively helps pay for modifications and stuff like that. And all the money I get from that goes back into the channel, buying parts. Like, as I said, I bought everything for the E36, so that's ready to go, and like buying the Lexus and buying other things like that, everything goes back into the channel. And overall, I still don't get paid that much, believe it or not. I know you see 60,000 people as a subscriber count and think, oh, he must be living the dream sort of thing. Yes, obviously I do get money from YouTube, and I do appreciate it, and it does help out, but I do have a full-time job, which is my main source of income. It's the same job that I've been at for over 4 years now, and that is working doing IT for a university, which I absolutely love and will not be leaving at any point in the near future, I wouldn't have thought, because I do like the job, I love the people, and luckily the job is like a normal 9 to 5 job, so I've still got the evenings and weekends. Hopefully if I get a unit in the future, it means that I'm going to have a lot more time, and being in a unit, oh yeah, I think I might have just revealed that I want to get a unit. I'm looking to get a unit at some point, but I don't know how quick that will be. But yeah, when I get a unit, it will allow me to work on cars, do everything I want, no matter what time of day, what the weather, etc, etc. So yeah, my main sort of full-time job, I work a normal full-time job doing IT at a university, and then YouTube sort of pays my pocket money as such, which just helps towards the channel. But I probably put 60 to 70% of my wages from my normal job into YouTube as well. But yeah, hopefully that covers it. That is probably where I'm going to wrap up the video. I've answered quite a few questions. Hopefully I've answered them in enough detail. But the car is now done, looking all good. It's kind of ready to crack on again, really.
I just need to fix that window regulator and then clear out all the dampness and get it all back and nice and clean and ready to go again.
And trust me, when I say this, there are pretty big things coming to this car. As I've said, I've got everything for it. It's just a case of installing it. So yeah, it's something to look forward to very, very soon. But anyway, that is where I'm going to wrap up today's video. It's getting very cold, very dark, and I want to go home and have some food. So if you did enjoy the video, make sure you leave a like, leave a comment, and also subscribe, and I shall catch you guys very, very soon in a brand new video.